box right here. So did you guys hear what I heard there? One of them shifted their weight and they turned. What's up guys, Nolan here, and today we're talking about sound in Escape from Tarkov. There's a few misconceptions about how sound works in EFT and also what Steam Audio will be changing. The no BS breakdown is that sound is extremely important in Escape from Tarkov. You may think stepping on that glass, going prone, or even shouldering your weapon wasn't that loud, but you'd be surprised guys. Most of the time, especially when you fight veteran players, they just learned everything they needed to know about you from that one noise. If you want to be absolutely as quiet as you possibly can, make sure to check that your speed is all the way down and you are moving slowly, no quick turns. And if possible, do not turn at all. Going prone, and especially moving while prone, is one of, if not the most unique sounds in the entire game. Do not go prone or move while prone. If you are within 10 meters and sometimes even more, do not aim down the sight of your gun because that will make noise too. Last but not least, if you ever step on glass or metal, and most of the time wood, you're done for. I guarantee they heard you. Just run to better cover or do what you need to do. Being able to switch up on the fly and understand how sound works will take some time, but the sooner you get to it, the sooner you'll master it. Another thing is that the more time that you move slowly, the more you'll level covert movement, which will make you even quieter over time. Although with the coming skills rework, that may change, but we'll see. The first iteration of Steam Audio should not change what is in this video, as it is just about directional sound. The times when you hear somebody above you, but they're actually below you, or when you hear in front, but they're actually behind, this is what Steam Audio affects, not the sounds themselves. Also, if you're playing on factory, just forget it, the whole map can hear whatever you do at all times. Now that's everything that I wanted to discuss, broken down very quickly, but if you want to learn more, first we'll talk player noise. Turning, changing your rate of fire, aiming down your sight, and especially changing your stance from or to prone are the loudest non-loud noises that you can ever make. If you know that you are close to somebody, you need to avoid doing all of these at all costs. Some people think that they figured out how to not make noise, whether you just turn really slow or click a button or something while turning and it doesn't make noise, but in reality, it's actually just bugged and it doesn't make noise for them. Outside of their personal game client, the rest of the world can actually hear them normally. That being said, even when you don't hear a noise while just ADSing or turning, try to assume you did just make noise because again, it could be bugged and making a different noise for the people around you. If you want to be as quiet as possible, you should be crouched with your speed turned all the way down and do not turn unless you absolutely have to, in which case do it as slow as you can. Also, do not aim down your sight, and sure as hell, do not switch your weapon or mess with anything at all. If you realize that you need to reload or change your rate of fire or something, don't screw around. The person is going to hear you anyway, just do what you need to do, and at the same time, move away from them or to better cover. Either way, if you need to make noise, might as well do everything that you need to do because they'll hear you anyway. If you have a bad angle on somebody and you know you're going to need to make noise like jumping up on something, you need to think the whole situation through in your head and be as quick as you possibly can be. If they know what they're doing and are paying attention, they'll know you're there the second you jump, and depending on how close the second you move. It will come down to the element of surprise to win that fight. Running and jumping has distinct noise as well. A hatchling will run differently than somebody with gear, as well as somebody with tons of gear. However, I feel like this may change in the future, so I won't get nitty-gritty on it. Just assume that if somebody is running around fast, making all the noise in the world, they probably are a hatchling. Their steps will sound light compared to a heavier player. Again, this is something that's just going to come with time, and it may change in the future. Next is environmental sound. Nikita help you if you ever step on glass, wood, or metal, because anybody within 50 feet just heard that. I'm not kidding, guys. If you are trying to sneak up on somebody and you step on metal or glass, mission failed, abort mission. Sometimes you can get away with wood, though. Then there's looting and healing. A veteran player will know when you're healing, and sometimes they'll even know what specifically you are healing with and the exact amount of time they have to make a move on you based off of the sound. Same goes for looting. That weapon case, filing cabinet, or gym bag you just opened might as well have had an alarm on it for the chat upstairs because they know exactly where you are and what you're doing now. The best thing to do here in regards to looting is forget about it. You do you, and unless you hear somebody close by, just loot what you want and move on. Another thing to do here is fake people out. You can cancel med use after a certain point by left clicking, and you can leave an item you're looting by tabbing or hitting escape. The player may realize you did this because there are sounds that play through the entire animation for medding and for looting, but hopefully they made their move once they heard the initial cue. Just be sure not to make it too obvious what you're doing, or else they might catch on. Again here guys, walking on open solid ground, crouched and not turning, while not messing with any of your gear whatsoever, is the quietest way to move in Escape from Tarkov. May Nikita himself have mercy on your cheeky little soul if you decide to do anything else. If you want to learn anything about Escape from Tarkov or its development in this short and clear fashion, then you can check out my playlists for it here. If you like this video, then you know the drill. I really appreciate the people who do. Otherwise, I hope you at least learned something, and I also hope you have a nice day. See you guys.